With millions of products being bought online every day, it's not that surprising that some of these purchases are a little out of the ordinary. Many people will sell creepy, disturbing, or even illegal products online and can sometimes make millions doing so. So that's what we're going to be having a look at today. So here are 7 terrifying black markets on the internet. Number 1. Ricin. Police have been cracking down recently on the dark web poison trade, more specifically the buying and selling of ricin. Ricin is an extremely effective poison rendered from castor bean seeds. The poison can be fine white powder or as large as salt crystals, requiring only 3 crystals to be lethal to the average human. This poison is classified as a bioweapon and has until recently been available in large volume on the dark web. A man in Liverpool was arrested after buying enough ricin to kill 1,000 people. Another man in New York attempted to purchase enough ricin to kill 1,400 people after telling the poison dealer that he planned on murdering someone with the poison by administering it in pill form. In 2011, 4 men from the state of Georgia planned to send ricin to politicians, media figures, and IRS employees as an act to save the country. At one point, they even wanted to fly over Washington, D.C., dropping the poison from a plane on unsuspecting victims. Luckily, they were stopped before any plan could be put into action, but it is terrifying to know that such large quantities of this bioweapon are available to the public.
Former New York University student from China is sentenced to 16 years in prison for trying to buy ricin. Newsbeat Social's David Folk-Thomas is in Manhattan with the story. David.
Cambry, he came to the U.S. to study physics, but now he'll be studying the inside of a jail cell. 22-year-old Chang Li was sentenced in Manhattan federal court Tuesday, March 8th. The New York Post reports he was convicted last August of attempting to buy the deadly poison from the black market website Evolution. Li unwittingly communicated with an undercover FBI agent saying he planned to use the highly potent toxin on, quote, someone middle-aged, weight around 200 pounds. He was arrested in January 2015 after the feds sent fake ricin to his apartment and he picked it up wearing latex gloves.
Number 2. Pocket EMP. Sold by Chinese markets, this pocket-sized electromagnetic pulse generator is often disguised inside a cigarette pack. The markets advertises it as a tool to add credits to slot machines and vending machines, which although illegal, sounds harmless. Unfortunately, this device can cause all electronics within a designated range to fail or fry permanently, including cell phones and laptops. This means if a person wanted to, they may be able to use it at a power plant to shut down a city's entire power grid, which would cost billions in damage. Used by the wrong parties, this device could cause mass damage and mayhem. Number 3. Human experiments. There have always been rumors about human experiments conducted on the dark web, specifically a certain site that no longer exists, but a few screenshots remain. The site's description states, "In this website, we will attempt to illustrate several experiments that are being conducted by our group on human subjects. The people chosen for this range of experiments are usually homeless people that are unregistered citizens." The site also lists a range of experiments, such as starvation and fluid restriction, pain tolerance, infectious disease and organ effects, transfusions, drug trials, and sterilization. According to rumors, this site would allow you to choose a target for experimentation or commission specific experiments to be done on a live human, while allowing you to track the patient and results by serial number. This work was apparently done in a warehouse by a professional staff of doctors and nurses. Lately, it is believed that this site was nothing more than an urban legend, constructed to scare people online, but knowing how many other dark markets exist, it is hard to be sure of this. Number 4. Child spirits. One of the strangest markets on the dark web is the buying and selling of child spirits. These are the supposed spirits of children who prematurely died and are sold for the value of between $100 and $200. Believed to be captured by priests, these spirits are used for many rituals in many cultures, especially in Thailand. Some cultures believe that spirits can be used to do your bidding, while in Thailand the practice is used for protection or luck. This may be an extension of another taboo practice in Thailand known as the Kuman Thong, where certain remains are baked until dried and then wrapped in gold leafing or prayer clothes. Kuman Thong babies can be sold as luck-bringing amulets and are also believed to protect you and your family. Either way, this black market for souls is bizarre, and valid or not, it is definitely eerie. Number 5. Body parts. Trafficking in human organs has been a problem long before there was a dark web, but these internet black markets were the perfect place to buy and sell organs from your own home. Organs and body parts have always been in high demand, and some countries have even made it legal for individuals to sell their spare parts, as long as the donor can live after selling. People who are desperate and don't want to rely on hospital waiting lists turn to black markets for a solution. It is questionable how these body parts are procured or if it is even done voluntarily. Not only that, but it is also unknown if these parts are being sold to people for transplants or for some other unsavory reasons. Recent research by the World Health Organization estimates that there are nearly 10,000 illegal organ transplant surgeries per year, and the largest suppliers of black market organs are India, Pakistan, and China. Some listed prices include eyeballs for $1,500, hearts for $65,000, lungs at $30,000, kidneys at $20,000, and hands at only $385. It is very probable that the organ sellers don't care very much for the donor's well-being, making this a disturbing but lucrative market.
CNN's Special Investigations Unit has been working this story, uncovering a global ring of human organ trafficking. And our Drew Griffin joins us live from Atlanta with more. This is really an unbelievable story as you peel back the layers of the onion here, Drew.
John, you and I have covered a lot of things. This was an eye-opener for me. I had no idea this was going on, but I want you to meet an Israeli kidney broker. He's been in the business for about 4 years. Entering the business when his mother needed a kidney, he thought the brokers were gouging him, so he went to China, found a hospital, arranged his own mother's transplant, and after that became a broker. He says it was easy. He does it within the law. He wants to not reveal his identity, though. And listen to how coldly he thinks about the actual donors. Did you know anything about the donors?
Nothing. To tell you the truth, I even didn't care from where it comes from. I sent something like 60 patients in 1 year.
You yourself sent 60 patients?
Only my company, yes.
Number 6. Human trafficking. While human trafficking is not new at all, it has found a new market on the dark web. Statistics show that human trafficking is becoming the largest criminal industry, and more than 50% are women and children. Trafficking is more than a $32 billion a year industry in the US alone. Recently, groups like the Black Death have captured the attention of mainstream media for their dark web auctions of supposed victims. Victims are advertised on live streams and chained to poles, although it is unclear if the group is legitimate or not, as many investigators have attempted to participate in the auctions, and each time the site is closed or moved. There are other supposed human trafficking websites online that are even darker than this, but a lot of them have not been confirmed. Either way, the market definitely exists online, and unfortunately, it seems to be a very lucrative one.
Human trafficking is a growing problem, and it's taking place right here in the GTA.
Police are now dedicating special teams to the issue. As Philip Lee Shannock reports, much of their focus is on the 401, which police say pimps are using as a major trafficking corridor.
So he was, in my eyes, my boyfriend. And then things were really great in the beginning. He was very good to me.
She goes by the name Olivia, and she's asked us to keep her real name and identity hidden.
And things changed, and he became abusive emotionally and physically, and through his own manipulation, he kind of got me into sex work.
At first, he told her it was just so they could have their dreams. So she met with men who answered an online ad and had sex with them for money. It's a life she was trapped in for 3 years. Last year, the guy she thought was her boyfriend was convicted of human trafficking.
Number 7. Assassins. The idea of somebody being able to purchase assassins online has always been somewhat of an urban legend. While websites do exist that state they will offer you this service, the reality is usually far from that, and many of them turn out to be a scam. However, in 2016, a website known as Bessa Mafia was hacked into, and many files were leaked that may have suggested they were actually legitimate. The leak showed some disturbing files, such as a folder labeled Victims that contained various pieces of personal information about a number of people. The leak also showed 38 hit orders and showed people a bizarre recruitment process that they apparently had for selecting their potential assassins. One of these tests included setting a car on fire and uploading the video onto YouTube. A specific message had to be written on an A4 sheet of paper in order to prove that it was for them, and surprisingly, a video can actually be found on YouTube that fits this description. While all of these pieces of apparent evidence might seem pretty damning, no actual murder has been linked to this website, and it seems that nobody has been arrested because of it. Still, this website was considered to possibly be one of the legitimate hitmen for hire websites. And that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. I try and make a creepy list-based video like this every week, so if you want to subscribe for that, you can. I'll leave a link down below to all of the sources used, footage, and music, along with my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, which are DeBerk321. But like I said, that's all for now. As always, until next time.